Hello, Marcus Bronzy here from How to Kill an Hour, and today we're looking at the brand new Mustang Mach-E. Back in November 2019, Mustang, with the help of Idris Elba and his trusty steed, revealed the Mach-E to the world. It was a big deal because for the first time in 55 years, Ford was expanding the Mustang family, bringing the famous pony into the electric age with the Mustang Mach-E. This caused a lot of excitement, but also ruffled a few feathers amongst Mustang lovers because not only was this the first electric Mustang, meaning we would be leaving that V8 roar behind, it was also going to be an SUV. But hey, electric is coming whether you like it or not, so let's check it out. Before we take it for a spin, let's have a look at it. I figured that the challenge with designing this was how to make an SUV look Mustang-y, and also how to make a Mustang look SUV without diluting the Stang brand. Now, Ford have done that by being unashamedly Mustang. There's not a blue badge that you would see on your usual transit vans in sight, but instead there is a clear, prominent space for the horse, front and center, and also throughout the vehicle. The squint of the headlights echo those you would see on a conventional Mustang. Right under those you have vents for efficiency and cooling, which if I'm honest, also look pretty cool. Popping the bonnet shows you 100 litres of storage, which held the charging cables but also had space for a few other bits and bobs. One downside with it is that the compartments in it were not adjustable. I mean, I'd like the chance to be able to whip everything out and pop a gym bag in there if I needed to. When you swing around to the profile of the car, the extra space up front really does add to the nose of the Mach-E, and its profile maintains a sporty but also sleek look, and they've used some clever eye trickery for that, which I'll talk to you about in just a moment. Mustangs have shape, and the Mach-E's back end definitely has those hips, which really give it some presence, whilst the rear lights are very similar to those you'd find on its petrol counterpart. Pop the boot and you have 400 litres of space, plus the 100 up front is a good amount. When it comes to space at the back, this is unlike any Mustang I have been in before because it actually doesn't do too badly when it comes to sitting in the rear seats. After pushing a button on the handleless door, I was happy to find that there was plenty of space for a 6'3" Marcus Bronzy in the back, not just for my legs, but also with the headroom too. Like I said, the Mustang is deceptively spacious when it comes to headroom, but maintains a sporty look by painting the upper part of the roof and rear black, which gives you the perception of a much more acute angle on the rear design. As well as space, passengers also have access to their very own USB-C or regular USB ports. When it comes to getting into the Mach-E, as well as keyless entry, you can use your mobile phone or punch in a code on the B pillar to unlock the vehicle. Then it's a push of a button and you are in. Up front, we have a car that's not only different to other Mustangs, but also other Ford vehicles in general. There are two display screens, your instrument cluster which gives you all of your vitals, but the big draw is the 15.5-inch infotainment system, giving you full access to all controls in the vehicle, including climate, sound, navigation via a touchscreen which aims to make you a couple of touches away from every single menu. And for those that like it old school, we also have a big old knob, which is integrated into the screen itself. Of course, there's Android Auto integration and Apple CarPlay, as well as the Ford Pass app, which helps you access charge points which are within the Ford network. Now, one thing that I find quite frustrating when I'm traveling around using electric vehicles is trying to remember which account I need to log into and using various interfaces just to get my car charged. Now, by setting up a network of Ford approved chargers, you actually have one account that everything gets charged to, which I think is a smart move from Ford, who are trying to give us the same sort of security when it comes to charging your vehicle as you do get from the Tesla supercharger network. There's a couple of more USB points and wireless charging up front, some storage space for your bits and bobs in door compartments, but other than that, it's a very clean, minimal design. When it comes to the drive, there's three modes: Whisper, Active, and Untamed, aka Eco, Normal, and Sport, and they give you a punchier acceleration, a more responsive, no doubt less battery-friendly drive as you progress through them. When in Untamed mode, the ambient LEDs change to red in the vehicle, and the car is meant to emit this funky sound, which, if I'm honest, I couldn't really hear. I do remember when I had a test drive last year, there was this propulsion sound that was like nothing I had heard before. In fact, I'm going to try and find a sample of it for you. Anyway, back to the drive. It's pretty smart too. Not as automated as the Tesla, but it sticks to lanes and follows traffic with the best of them. And there's one pedal driving should you want it to. An entry-level Mach-E starts at 40k with an extended range pushing the mileage on a full charge from 273 to 379 miles on a full battery and 0 to 60 in 6.1 seconds. The all-wheel drive is a slightly nippier 0 to 60, but you will lose range. On a full charge, we got just over 200 miles on a variation of motorway, A-road and town driving. When it comes to charging times, on a 7.4 kilowatt charge, you can go from 10% to 80% in approximately 8 hours or approximately 10 hours with the extended range battery. Now, the vehicle does support faster charging on up to 150 kilowatts on the extended range, but you do have to make sure you have access to those. It's all great having a car that can charge it up to 150 kilowatts per hour, but if you only have access to a 7 kilowatt charger, it's a redundant feature, which is another reason why the Ford Pass is a great idea, because you can filter high speed chargers and make sure that if you're going on a journey, you access those. The model that we had a go on was the all-wheel drive without the extended range, and it was fun. It delivers a solid, well-grounded drive, partly because of its low center of gravity due to the big old batteries being stored at the bottom of the vehicle. It was pretty nippy off the mark, and because it had a really simple interface, it was no stress to drive. One thing about the Mach-E though is it has presence. It's fun. It turns heads. In fact, it turned more heads than I think any Tesla would at the time of shooting. It looks different. It's a Mustang. It's an SUV, and it's electric. So it's Mustang by name, but is the Mach-E Mustang by nature? Well, of course it isn't. It's an electric SUV, which Mustang have never done before. What Ford have done by putting the Mustang badge on this car is show you that they're taking electric vehicles seriously. They want to offer something that Tesla and everyone else's electric vehicles cannot, and that is an electric vehicle which is truly part of the Stang family. I see what you did there, Ford, and I like it. This has been How to Kill an Hour. If you want more information about the specs and stats of this vehicle, please see the link below. Also, make sure you click like and subscribe. There's plenty of ways to kill time out there. Thank you for killing some time with us. You can find us on all social medias at How to Kill an Hour, and also myself, Marcus Bronzy, MarcusBronzy on Twitter and Instagram. Until next time, stay blessed.